When Nick Vujicic was born, parents decided well, and they have to bring up their boy, showing the individuality. They don't want to make the boy dependent. They want to make the boy independent. So that's why, after completion of his early age, means maybe third or fourth year, here Nick Vujicic parents decided to join him in a school. So not in a special school, in a mainstream school. On hearing this one, our Nick Vujicic frustrated. He became upset. Why? Means he thought that parents are joining him in the mainstream school. What is mainstream school? A regular school. All the children who are coming to school, a regular school, common school. He wants to join in a special school. What is special school? For the disabled children only. Fortunately, you are all coming to the mainstream school. Our school is a mainstream school only. And here, our Nick Vujicic thought that it was a hard decision. Hard means a strict. Why my parents are going to join me in a mainstream school? Mainstream school means all the children are physically fit. I am like this only, just like as a devil boy. If anything is going to happen to him, my classmates may bully me, may humiliate me, may tease me, because God has given me disability, a torso body. How can I deal? So it's a hard decision that was thought by parents. But soon, after the years passed, he thought that parents has taken the best decision. What is the antonym of best? Opposite, good. Best, worst. Worst. Best, opposite, worst. And now, our boy not only joined the school and continued his life through other activities like participating in the golf, swimming, surfing, and also he was a huge fan of English Premier League. In India, the well-known Premier League is there. Can you say? Yes, it is Indian Premier League, IPL. But it refers to cricket only. But here, EPL, they likes golf. Here, our Nick Vujicic was the great fan of EPL, English Premier League. So the dreadful moments came, entering into the past, that is called retrospection, and those are the moments that his mother was going to give birth to Nick. Naturally, Nick's father joined Nick's mother in the hospital. She was laying on the hospital bed and she was about to give a birth to a child. So naturally, as a loving father, those were the most dreadful moments. Panic, and here father is expecting a good news from the hospital management. And he was counting the time also. At last the time came, and suddenly the nurse came and informed him that his wife gave a birth to a baby. Let we continue the topic. As I told you previously, Nick Vujicic father got excitement receiving the result from his wife. Soon the wife gave a birth to a child. Perhaps Nick's father do not know what happened inside. And when the nurse came and asked him to see the baby and mother, immediately he rushed into the hospital room ward. As soon as he watched the baby in a cradle, soon he was almost unconscious stage and totally he was distraught. Here distraught is an important meaning which means anxious. And he began to swoon. Why means he was unable to digest the birth of Nick. Remember one thing, when father's condition is like this, here the mother, after the sedation time, soon she watched and she also frustrated very much watching the baby, because God blessed them a torso baby. That was the cruel thing made by God to Nick's parents. When this happened to Nick, and here total parents became unhappy because of the birth of Nick. Here his disability, what the disability called as phocomelia, came without any medical explanation. That means even science can't say the result of this baby. It is a rare occurrence, an important spelling, occurrence, OCCURRENCA, happening, and called as in the medical terminology phocomelia. Phocomelia. A very rare disease having no limbs is called phocomelia. So like this the baby was born, and even Nick's parents spent many years alone. Tears rolled down from their eyes. Every time they began to ask himself, and why this cruel trick? What is a cruel opposite? Kind. Made by God and happened to them. And here his mother was a nurse. As a nurse, she did everything right. As a nurse, she has to see the welfare of hundreds of patients every day. She has to take care of the patients, but unfortunately, she did not know what was happening inside her womb. She did not know she was going to give birth to a disabled boy. Really, it was a cruel trick. It was an unfortunate thing. But remember one thing, here as a nurse, when she was imparting the instructions to the other patients, and she also took every care during her pregnancy period. She has taken everything right, but unfortunately, she gave a birth to a torso baby. Australia is not our India. It's a sophisticated country. Technology, some 30 years advance. In such a country also, and that too, she was a nurse. That's why our next mother every time blamed herself. Blame, nothing but curse. Opposite, praise. She blamed herself, but what she could do, just she gave a birth. And also Nick began to say, it was a hard decision and also so hard for Nick's parents to make the boy independent. Really, it is a great task because the boy had no limbs, but Nick's parents did everything right to make our boy independent. Some of the parents won't see the conditions of the children also, like in poor countries like in India. But here, they have not abandoned the boy, they have not left the boy, they did not join the boy in a crutch or somewhere, but instead they did everything right after the delivery. Nick began to tell that his dad put him in the water when the boy was 18 months old. 18 months. What is it? 1.5 years. So when the boy was leading 1.5 years, just a small baby, her father taught him how to swim. So swimming is the best recreation among all the sports and games. One has to, in foreign countries, most of the parents make their children first the swimming. Swimming is the best recreation. Nick also told that he really got into, here a grammar point is coming, one is got into. Here got into means enter. Not entering into a room. Don't say, I got into the room. But some activity is called as got into. Here he also really got into football and skateboarding. Football. You may ask me a question. What is football, sir? Our Nick is not having limbs, especially legs. How can he kick the ball? I already told you, remember, how he is going to play golf with a long club. I told you, club means stick. In between his cheek and also chest. A long stick. He keeps that one and moves in a battery movement vehicle or a platform. And now soon he is going to kick the ball with the help of this club. Such a courageous boy, a bold boy. Here, coming to the background of father and mother. Mother was a nurse and father was a computer programmer and also accountant. And he decided well. He took every care, making the boy independent. And so, he taught him not only swimming, also how to press the monitor or keyboard, how to type with his toes. I already told you, he had a small foot on his left hip, it has toes. With the help of the toes, slowly, very slowly, very, very slowly, he is going to touch the keypad and operating the monitor and computer also. When he was 6 years old, and coming to his mom, invented a special plastic device that he could hold a pen or pencil. It's not a small country. It's a sophisticated, well-advanced country, and so it was possible to Nick parents. Despite, here despite means in spite of. Another grammar. Soon we will discuss. Despite his disability and being bullied, I told you bullied means humiliation. Humiliation means a type of teasing, like a ragging. There was bullying in the class itself. Why means our boy was studying in mainstream school. I told you Nick's father kept our small boy, baby, in the water when the boy was 18 months old. Why means Nick's father wanted to make Nick not only independent but also boost the courage to the boy. And his mother invented a special plastic device. That means it could hold a pen or pencil. So all these arrangements made by Nick's parents. As Australia is a sophisticated country and his father being an accountant and computer programmer, he taught our boy how to type on the keyboard. And with his toe, when he was just 6 years old, he learned. So here, besides this, our Nick, having the risk of being bullied means humiliation. But remember one thing, his parents decided to send our boy not to any special school, but they joined him in the special mainstream school that is called as a regular school. At first our Nick thought that it was really a hard decision taken by his parents. But finally, when he completed his education, he praised his parents. He thought that his parents did a right thing, making the boy independent. And it was the best decision taken by his parents. And with his independent nature, courage, and later he achieved a degree in financial planning, economy, and also he got a degree in real estate execution. That made him independent. He had money also. Hats off to Nick Vujicic. Nick, who was teased and bullied, who was humiliated, teased, and he had an electrical wheelchair. Like our beggars are moving on a platform based battery one or electrical one. I told you it was a sophisticated country. So they provided that electrical wheel chair to our boy. For what purpose? For mobility, for movement. And our boy practiced that one also. Our Nick, when he was 8 years old, 8 years old means maybe second class. Then the time our Nick thought about his disability. He was unable to digest the cruel trick made by God, and so he was completely depressed. Directly he went to his mom, the time his mom was in the kitchen and cooking something, and approached her and asked her to hear his words. He requested the mother and told his mother that he wanted to kill himself. No mother in the world not supposed to hear such type of words from the mouth of small children. What is a tender age? Just 8 years old. Our boy, really, it was a decision. What he could do? Disability one side. Who will assist him? And that's why he was totally depressed. And told that decision to his mom that he wants to end his life. And also our boy felt cold and bitter. Bitter, opposite sweet. Cold, Here cold means not cool or something, but here cold means a type of a fear. He was unable to digest that he was a torso boy. How he could live. That's why he was much frustrated. And he first time hated the God. Hate. Opposite. Love. Oh God, why you gave birth? Such type of birth. Dreadful one. Unable to do his personal things also. He hated the God for making the boy a torso and for doing this a trick also. And also terrified means most frightened. Why means after his parents' death, who will look after him? An important phrasal word, look after. So here, look comes under verb pattern, here after preposition. So totally it comes under phrasal verb. There are many words. Soon we are going to learn one by one. Look into, for example, what is the look into? Make a sentence. The police is looking into the file. Don't say the students are looking into the board. No student is going to look into the board. But children look at the board. So look into, look over, look down. Look down comes under degradation. Usually rich people look down the poor people. So like this, the phrase look after means brought up. Who will see? A question arises in the mind of Nick, which is saying, after the death of, his parents. So naturally he was terrified. And now our Nick, which is saying, reached the age of 10 years and he sternly decided to commit suicide, to end his life. And soon, this time he did not say any word to his mother because they may avoid him. And he reached the washroom. There is a small tub provided by his mother and there was some water, and immediately he wanted to end his life by dumping into the water tub. But unfortunately, his attempt was failed. We can't imagine that one. So second attempt also failed. And that time he decided, unless there is no purpose of receiving the death and birth, and when you have no lack of purpose and strength opposite, weak. Your attempt is a futile one, means totally waste. And why means our Nick Ijusik was completely believed in the religion, his friends and parents. So with the help of all these, he survived. And he began to say that one, he managed to pull through. Remember, another phrasal verb is coming, pull through. What we call as dragging the cart, dragging the life, pull through. Don't say I am pulling through or something, but say pull through means only for life. Here Nick would just say, tried to manage to pull through his life to become an international symbol, to prove, to become a good person, to show the ideology of a citizen, even though disability, his disability, and he became the world champion and symbol of triumph. Here the most important word, it's called as triumph, means victory, opposite to defeat. Yes, our boy was succeeded in his life. So basically, children, when we are dealing with this lesson, try to know the grammar side by side, phrasal verbs, and also important meanings. And I am going a short brief about this chapter. Let you read with the help of the textbook, analyze the topic, digest the topic, wherever the critical words comes, refer the dictionary. Everything is possible at your home also. So what I am suggesting you to go this topic related to this one, what is altitude and what is attitude, and what is the true fact of Nick-Vujicic. And in the coming days, we are going to continue this topic as early as possible. Have a nice day.